What's up everyone and welcome back to the MMA Zone. Today we're getting into Khamzat Chimaev reacting to Sean Strickland's comments. Over the past couple of months we've been covering the ongoing beef between Khamzat Chimaev and Sean Strickland, and it doesn't look like it's ending anytime soon. Before we continue, make sure to leave a like on the video to help support the channel. With Strickland set to fight Anthony Hernandez this weekend, expect him to make a lot of headlines with his wild comments. Leading into fight week, Strickland has been trashing Chimaev for being an inactive champion and for always using injuries as an excuse to sit out for long stretches. Now it looks like Chimaev has officially responded. There is an upcoming episode of the Jackson podcast featuring Michael Bisping Chimaev and Khalil Rountree Jr. During the show, Bisping asked Chimaev about Strickland's comments. The episode is not out yet, but one of Chimaev's teammates, Suska D, posted a preview.
He said that you're terrible for the division and he's the only guy out there to beat you. What do you say to that?
I should have said it, y'all. On my show. We'll see.
But you guys trained together and you talked about it a few times, right?
We did do this part around before, but that's why he's so mad.
Well, but this guy choked him out as well.
Yeah.
Sounds like I'm talking a lot of
Now Sean gonna talk about bad things as well. So.
Okay.
Basically, Khamzat laughed it off. Khamzat Chimaev joked that Sean Strickland is still mad about how their sparring sessions went and implied he used to get the better of him. But Anthony Hernandez believes he can beat Chimaev too. Strickland is not the only one who thinks he can get the better of him in a fight. During a recent interview with New York Post Sports, Hernandez said he believes he has a real chance of beating Chimaev because of his grappling and his ability to force him into striking exchanges. Fluffy also made it clear that he does not care where the fight takes place, whether it is on the feet or on the ground.
I'm gone.
He thinks Chimaev would have too much to deal with against him.
So that's one thing, you know what I mean? Think that I could force him to have to stay on his feet. But honestly, with even him, I don't give a where it goes. Grappling, striking, standing up, like, he's got one thing and I got an arsenal. So, I mean, I really don't give a I want my time to prove that I'm the champion. If he's the challenger, whoever the has the belt, I don't give a I'm gonna take them out, clear out this division, and you probably never see me again because I'm out.
Sean Strickland predicts his fight with Anthony Hernandez. As we mentioned earlier, Hernandez is set to face Strickland this coming weekend. So how do the two see this fight playing out? During an interview with Ultimate Fighting Championship, Strickland said he believes he will TKO Hernandez in either round 4 or round 5.
Oh no, I think I'm gonna out-grapple him. I think we will grapple. I'm not the hardest guy to take down. I don't care if I get taken down. I think it's gonna be a 5-round grappling match. I'll out-grapple him and I'll TKO him in the 4th or 5th.
Sean Strickland talks about his Ultimate Fighting Championship suspension. While we are on the topic of Strickland, he is coming off a suspension after punching a fighter who later turned out to be a police officer at a Tough Enough event. During a recent interview with Full Send MMA, Strickland said he was actually happy about the suspension because it gave him time to recover from his injuries.
Oh man, I had a bunch of injuries, got healed up, you know? I don't get to hit cops off, I'm not going to jail too, which is nice. That's cool.
We're just gonna start off with that, eh?
Well, I didn't know he was a cop at first, but it made it significantly better. That 6 months, I'm like, oh.
Hashtag Arman Tsarukyan versus Zabit Magomedsharipov grappling match. As we reported yesterday, Zabit has officially signed with Absolute Championship Berkut Jiu-Jitsu after a long layoff. Now a notable UFC fighter is already showing interest. Arman Tsarukyan reposted on his Instagram story asking fans if they would like to see a matchup between him and Zabit. Honestly, this could be the fight to make. It is not like Arman is new to ACBJJ. We saw him compete there twice in 2025. Would you be interested in this matchup? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Hashtag Carlos Prates versus Shera Magomedov grappling match in Brazil. Speaking of grappling matches, there is another interesting one reportedly involving two UFC fighters. According to Leo Gamara's, Carlos Prates and Shera Bullet are waiting on the UFC approval to compete under Hype FC in Rio de Janeiro on March 11. The MMA world was excited about the report, but the tweet was later deleted. He is usually a reputable source, so there is a chance someone involved asked for it to be taken down. Until we get official confirmation, take it with caution. Hashtag UFC fight announcement. We will start with news from Nolan King and Mike Bone, who revealed a new matchup for UFC 326. They report that Drew Dober is set to face Michael Johnson on March 7th. Dober is coming off a fight of the night performance against Kyle Prepolek where he earned the win. Overall, he has built a strong record in the UFC. We last saw Michael Johnson compete at UFC 318 where he secured a victory over Daniel Zellhuber. He He was also scheduled to fight Alexander Hernandez, but that bout was scrapped due to suspicious betting activity. Hashtag Daniel Cormier takes down sparring partner. Finally, Daniel Cormier was seen taking down his sparring partner during a recent training session. Hashtag Raul Rosas Jr. already thinking about retirement. For the final UFC update, Raul Rosas Jr. revealed that he wants to retire by the age of 25. During an appearance on Love and War hosted by Dominic Cruz, Rosas Jr. said he does not plan on staying in the sport for too long, that he is currently 21 years old, and explained that he wants to hang up the gloves by 25 because he enjoys partying and wants to experience life outside of fighting.
I saw here you want to maybe retire by 25. Who says that?
Yeah.
There's it's crazy. You started so young that anything is possible, right? What do you do with all these opportunities?
I feel like I just try to, more than anything, stay focused, and my main goal obviously is to become a world champion, because I've been doing this for so long. I want to become a world champion and see how many records I can break. I do want to retire at 25. So
that's 10 years in the game from when you started? 11 maybe?
Yeah.
So you always knew you only wanted to be in this game for 11 years, 1 decade.
Yeah, because I stepped on so many parties. I'm not gonna lie, I do love to party. I love
Don't
to.
lie. We want to know who you are.
Yeah. I love to party. I'm a very interactive person, so I'm always down for anything.
He did go on to clarify that he does not use any substances at these parties, but it is still a surprising reason to consider walking away from MMA so young. Hashtag Rob Font talks about Raul Rosas Jr. fight. Rosas Jr. is scheduled to fight Rob Font at UFC 326. Recently, Font sat down with James Lynch to discuss the matchup. In another interview with Bodog, Font shared how he sees the fight playing out. He said he expects a tough fight and believes Rosas will look to grapple but may stand and strike more than people expect. Font said he likes to fight and plans to push for the finish the entire time. He acknowledged that Rosas is improving and called him an exciting challenge. Hashtag Ronda Rousey reveals reason for Gina Carano fight. Rousey returning to fight in 2026 shocked many fans. After nearly 10 years away from the sport, most people assumed she was done for good, but she is officially back. In a recent interview with SportsCenter, Rousey explained that while she was 9 months pregnant, she saw an interview with Carano and felt concerned about her. She said Carano is someone she feels she owes a lot to and has always respected. Rousey explained that when she previously struggled mentally, what helped her most was having a goal to reignite her passion. She said she always felt that Carano was the one opponent she would return for, and eventually realized that she needed the fight just as much. Hashtag Dana White declined Rousey versus Carano in the Ultimate Fighting Championship. Rousey also revealed that she reached out to Dana White about making the fight happen in the UFC, but it did not work out. It appears the promotion declined to feature the bout. There is speculation that the fight may have been proposed for a special White House-themed UFC event, or that financial terms could have been an issue. With Netflix reportedly hosting the event, it suggests the UFC may not have seen enough value in adding it to their lineup. MMA fighting reporter Damon Martin also questioned publicly why the UFC would turn down the matchup, asking what Dana White's reasoning might be. Hashtag Sean Strickland reacts. Strickland also spoke about the potential Rousey versus Carano fight during an interview with Newsweek Sports. He said he believes it would be easy money for Rousey, and added that he personally does not care much about the matchup.
Ronda Rousey's going to steamroller. Ronda Rousey's an Olympian that was a multi-time world champion. Gina Carano was pretty in a time when women's MMA still not very good, but when Gina Carano was fighting, it was significantly worse. Ronda Rousey's going to steamroller, and it's just going to watch, two middle-aged women going through menopause fight each other. Wait, how old is Ronda Rousey? Yeah, it's I don't know. I have no interest in that. Who gives a
Hashtag Josh Thompson reacts to Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano. Do you agree with Sean Strickland? Josh Thompson does not. That he reacted to the news and said he cannot wait to see the fight. Thompson even posted a video on X sharing his excitement about the potential matchup, and made it clear that he believes it is a big deal for the sport.
The UFC decided to pass on it, as we can see, and Jake Paul was there to snatch it up. Good on him for putting this together. Good on him for giving these females a platform to have this fight, because there's a lot of nostalgia to this fight. I gotta be honest, man, I couldn't think of a better fight for me to sit down and watch. Fantastic card. Like, this is gonna be a fantastic card. There's more fights to be added to this that I know that they've been working on for a while. And just let them come to fruition. Hopefully they all work out, but I'm looking forward to it. So those of you guys that are hating on this, casuals, man. Y'all are just haters. This is a great fight. There's a lot to it. There's a lot to unfold here and unwrap here. So great, I'm looking forward to it, man. May 16th, don't miss it.
So while some fans are calling it a pointless fight, Josh Thompson made it clear he disagrees. He called out the critics and said this is a great fight with a lot of story behind it. He added that he is looking forward to May 16th and believes people should not dismiss it so quickly. Hashtag Gina Carano talks about messages from Dana White. It is possible that the UFC passed on the fight because of lingering issues from the past. Speaking to Ariel Helwani, Gina Carano revealed that a previous deal with the Ultimate Fighting Championship in 2015 fell apart because of a text message Dana White sent her. Carano said she had asked Dana to keep negotiations quiet for a few months so she could build her team and properly prepare. However, she claims Dana went to the media and confirmed that the fight with Ronda Rousey was happening before she was ready. According to Carano, that lack of discretion derailed the situation and the fight never materialized.
They finally called for a meeting and I walked in, they were like in this restaurant. So they were like, okay, well, we'd love to offer you $1 million. We'd love to, have that fight. And I was like, that sounds great. I'm gonna need you to do me a favor then, because I've been acting now and I'm not active in any gym. You're gonna have to give me some time to build a team and go join a team. So I told him, you gotta just be able to sit on this for about 6 months, Dana. You can't say anything and let me get situated with that in mind, because that sounds great and I'd love to do it. And then the next day, Dana was out there talking about me and saying, talking about my name and telling the people that he was gonna sign me, and I don't even have a team yet. And I was like, that's not what we discussed. And then he started trying to put on the pressure through the media. And then he sent me a text message that said, which is something us around, around or something like that. And I sent a text message back. I said, I think that you sent that to the wrong person. And he said, I don't think I did. And that was the last conversation that we had over text message, because I don't think that was the kind of environment I wanted to come back into. I just cut all communication after that text.